we debate sharks because he's like pro like shark and like don't fish them and like don't do anything to them, and like I'm like, no, we got to start like fucking them up a little because they are, you know, they're starting, they're getting loud, they're out there, and we got to start hitting them back a little bit. That's, you know, seems, you know.
There's quite a few videos now that you could watch of people getting killed by sharks.
Oh, yeah.
There's quite a few. That recent one that was in Egypt is fucking horrifying.
It's terrifying.
Horrifying.
But it's like people say, oh, you're sharing the ocean with sharks. They're not, that's not sharing what they're doing.
No, they're eating you.
They are like, being very aggressive.
It's just, that's where they live. Like, don't go where they live. If the forest was filled with werewolves, don't go in the forest.
Yeah, but you know what? Why are we giving them the whole, like, we are the kings. We dominate the earth. We don't have, like, this whole thing, we have to respect nature. No, we can fuck nature up. And
so you think we should fuck up those sharks?
I think the Four Seasons should build a resort in the rainforest and slash and burn it. And I've always said that because I want to go to the rainforest, but I don't want to go in a hut, and I don't want to go on one of these river boats. I want to go on a nice fucking luxury fucking Four Seasons in the goddamn rainforest. Enough with this crap. Stop respecting these fucking third world things. Get rid of it. Enough. These ancient cultures, they need to step it up.
10-foot shark beaten to death after tourists who screamed for Papa killed in Egypt.
Thank God it wasn't white people, because white people would have been pussies and not done anything.
Yeah.
The Egyptians clubbed it, treated it like a woman.
Well, how do they know it's the same shark?
You know, let's not get lost in the weeds here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. That was a good point. That is a good point.
Especially once there's the blood in the water after it killed that guy.
War is war.
Yeah.
And I do think that the Egyptians were saying, a beast came at us, we're going to go with a beast. It's not right per se.
We tried to find out if this was true, but someone had said that there were people that made a practice of dumping sheep carcasses into the water near there. Is that true, or is that horse shit?
Well, then club that person,
because
too.
That sounds really spooky.
That's really spooky.
If someone did something that dumb and they'd like regularly dropped off the carcasses there so that they didn't have to deal with them.
That's not good.
And then you're literally attracting sharks to that area. Like, holy fuck, man. And then he has to watch that video.
Well, you just got to be careful. You know, I swim, but I don't go out too far. Yeah. I stay pretty close to the water. And I always swim near either an elderly person or a child, someone that I could throw at the shark. If the shark were to come at me, I just try to push. I always have it in my head who it'll be. There was a bitch next to me in Malibu. I'm like, going to be her. If it comes, I'll just throw him right in the mouth and then run away.
Do you think you'd have that much time?
I hope.
I have a feeling they're on you so quick.
They are, but a lot of them, the bites are an exploratory bite. Like, they're not.
What the fuck?
They're just trying to see
comfort.
No, they're just trying to see what's going on.
Did you see the video of the kayak getting hit by the tiger shark in Hawaii?
That's where you get a gun and shoot it in the head. Shoot it in the head. We need to see videos to just get our morale back. Of people in a fucking kayak going, oh, that's fun. Shoot it right in the head.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this environmentalist crap, and I'm sick of these pro-animal people.
So the sheep stuff, that 2010 shark attacks were...
And that was in Egypt as well?
Yeah, I don't know if this is
Didn't you used to run with something in case you saw a mountain lion?
Yeah, I ran with a knife.
Yeah.
Where are the dead sheep? Why are dead sheep washing up on Egypt shores?
And that's from 2017.
Okay, and what does it say? Does it say that people are throwing them in the water? What does it say?
Yeah, the
dead sheep are washed up in the Ras Gharib in the Red Sea, Gavarate, and Egypt, raising fears of attracting frenzied sharks that pose a potential threat to tourism. The marine. Okay, so what does it say? Where do they find the sheep?
I said they're washed up on the ocean.
Yeah, how many of them?
The article I looked at from 2010 said, a witness said, for sure I've seen it being dumped off of boats. The one that just happened, though, I didn't see a direct. They had taken the shark to study it to find out why it had done it.
It also said that the ship which dumped the sheep in the sea will be identified to punish its crew, adding that importing and exporting companies will also be punished. So that's what happened. People were dumping those fucking things in the water. It probably
That's what
helped.
it is. And then the sharks get excited. And I understand you have to live with them, but it's also like, we just gotta. I don't know, the defending of them all the time. People are like, well,
it's a weird narrative, right? It's
Yeah.
like all of a sudden sharks aren't Jaws anymore.
No,
when
they're
we were
like-
a kid, Jaws
Yeah.
was, if your grandfather went shark fishing, it was
Right.
like, fuck yeah, grandpa, go get one.
Right, but now Eli was saying like it's 12 people a year are bitten. It's not a lot, and that we have bigger problems. And we do. But I also think that I don't know. There's a weird thing that people do where they make there's all these shark videos where these women or biologists or whatever, they're tapping these tiger sharks or redirecting these tiger sharks, like Ocean Ramsey, all these people, and they go we're educating you about sharks. And one day one of these sharks is going to get them.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. If you saw a dude in the forest living with a bear, like that documentary, and then the bear ate him, you'd go, makes sense.
That's how it happens.
These are wild animals, and I think people just don't understand. Yeah, what are we doing here?
Bro, fuck off.
This is not respect. That's not respectful.
Fuck off. How does this guy have this relationship with a shark?
That's his friend.
How is this possible?
That's his friend.
This is insanity. He's literally petting a demon.
But this is
just. But look at that thing again. If that thing didn't exist and it was in a Dune movie, that there was nothing like this that was real.
Right.
But this is something in a movie. You'd be horrified. Look at the mouth on that thing. It's literally a giant killing machine with huge razor sharp teeth. It's dumb as shit.
There's this thing where people fetishize these monsters and they try to give them souls. And they don't care about human beings, by the way. And they never do this to people that they disagree with. But they'll say that the monster at the bottom of the ocean with the teeth, who just swims around looking for things to eat all day, that's actually a that's a cuddly, beautiful thing. But the person who disagrees with me on taxes is a monster, should be jailed. but the shark is
save
good.
The monsters.
Yeah, so to me it's it is a little weird thing where it's we have something in us that we will bring on our, but his point was sharks eat algae and it keeps the ocean going or something.
Well, no one's saying you should eradicate sharks.
No one's saying we should eradicate it, but I think they should feel the wrath a little bit.
They should probably move out of all the areas where the cities are.
Yeah, we don't need them.
fuck
We don't
you
need
up.
them in Malibu or the Hamptons or places where people spend a good amount of money to live and swim. That's not cool.
Apparently, there was where was it that was it the Bay Area? They found a disturbing number of great whites.
Yeah, but no one swims up there. And you know what?
They do though. They swim all
the
way
Bay
to
Area?
Yeah, the Alcatraz swim.
Oh,
those
that's
wild
interesting.
fuckers.
Yeah.